to the face, yeah. She wanna stay. Singing to your bitch like I was Drake, yeah.
Don't just try to tell me you love me. Can't keep it real if you really don't trust me. Come with a real, you here in the front, so you get my meals. I'm gunning for the money in the bank. Coming with a dank, scrolling a tank, rolling with the gang. You sitting out on the sideline tripping. I go to the hole with the rock like Pippin.
Yeah. I'm okay.
What up, though, and welcome to the Whatever Waits Live with Sports.com. I'm Ejo, must be more action. Chris, Nicholas Koloff, smash the like button. Be a friend, call a friend, and share the stream. First and foremost. All right, I want to shout out to everybody who came by the Grand Slam opening day festival. It was a blast. Met a lot of cool people. Katie and Eric pulled up from It's Too Easy. We met Uncle Wayne Dukes.
Shout out.
Who's a big fan of the show. Just so happens to be Ice Show Speed's uncle. That was nuts. Shout out to him, real one. Also lost 100 pounds.
Shout out.
Met that guy. Would never think he was 100 pounds heavier than when I met him. But yeah, great time. Shout out to Ray. Shout out to everybody. Shout out to Chris.
Shout out everybody pulled up.
Literally, shout out everybody pulled up.
Dirty Dr. D.
Dirty Dr. D. Shout out to, there's too many guys' names, to be honest with you guys. You guys are real ones for pulling up. We appreciate the support, and I'm sure you had a blast because I know I did.
Walking bets in the house.
Walking bets, walking butts, all that and more. And Lady Jane's, get your hair cut. What up, this Spinny? How was your weekend?
It was,
I lost contact with you around 4 p.m. Friday.
Yeah. Lost contact with myself around 4 p.m. Friday. No, it was a great time Friday.
You gotta give Drunk You a name.
Something.
Hector.
The Wanderer. I had a good time Friday. It was a lot of fun. Shout out to everybody that came out, and shout out to everything that happened. And then Saturday was awful. One of the worst days of my life. Felt like complete ass the whole day. Then Sunday I canceled on my family Easter because I had to do a bunch of chores.
What? Who does that?
I had to do things around the house. It was in East Lansing. I couldn't drive there and stay until 9 o'clock and drive home when I got like 5 loads of laundry to do. Got to clean my bathroom. Got to go grocery shopping.
But it's not good enough of an excuse.
Don't care.
Cancel
not an excuse. I
Easter.
had to do it.
You didn't have to. It's all right.
I did.
Real piece of work here.
Don't want a dirty bathroom, and I need clothes to wear, so had to do it.
Didn't have to, but you know.
No, I did.
It is what it is. I'm sure your family appreciates it.
Yeah, I'm sure they do. I appreciate them very much.
Smash the like button if you love your family. Spinny won't be participating.
I do love my family. Very much so. I just had to do things around my house that day because I couldn't do anything on Saturday.
Nick, how was your weekend?
Let's go. For anybody that doesn't know, now you know. No, I'm just kidding. Shout out the Tigers, obviously, getting 2 dubs on the weekend. Opening day, couldn't have started out any better. Was able to land Scooble, McGonigal, and John Morosi, you know, one of the biggest insiders in all of baseball, for interviews for the network, so that was big time. And got to see Michigan advance to the national championship here tonight, so I am thrilled right now. I usually do terrible on Mondays, but I am riding the high all the way into the championship tonight. We'll be live at Art and Jake's, breaking it down, Justin and myself, and we called in the big wig, Golden Voice, Neil Rule, to be right there for it all. I am curious to see what kind of twists and angles he's going to put on it, or just call it straight, so we'll see. I'm sure Spenny might have some insight on that one, but it's going to be a great time tonight. I think Michigan gets the job done, and I'm excited. Hopefully Tigers get back on track tonight, too, because there was a disappointing loss yesterday. But can't knock me down right now. Go Blue.
Jake Rogers in the lineup. McGonigal leading off again.
Rake
That's
Rogers.
legit. Rake Rogers. He has a homer this year, right?
No.
No? Just an RBI?
I think he's got an RBI,
Yeah. Okay. Shout out Dylan Dingler. He's out, but hitting it, smacking it. The only guy really smacking it for us. Kerry woke up over the weekend, though.
Cole Keith's still been hot, getting a
true.
lot of hits. I think he leads the team in batting average.
I mean, like home run-wise.
He should have 2 home runs.
Vierling hit one to Oppo, but
Vierling hit a home run,
Shout out.
they tried to go back to the well right away on the Vierling's end. Didn't love the moves.
No.
That will be an
Good
around
thing
the
Jemai
diamond.
Jones and Matt Vierling got 2 at-bats in that game.
Will be
Instead of Colt Keith and Kerry Carpenter getting a short bat.
We'll be hitting on that a little bit in the around the diamond.
Yeah, I think it's too early to be doing that. Yeah, we'll talk about that. Shout out to AJ Hinge, I guess. I don't know.
We're riding the high, though. I mean, big game tonight, and shout out to our social team for doing a great job, as always, getting those videos out.
Speaking of our social team, there's someone who refers to AJ Hinge in those moments as AJ Hinchler. Mm-hmm. So Adolf Hinchler, or whoever it is. So, which is fair. He's done that multiple times now. But moving on. Over the weekend, a video surfaced of former Detroit Piston Jaden Ivey. Obviously, he was released from the Chicago Bulls, if you guys didn't know, for contract detrimental. It wasn't because of his comments about the Alphabet Boys, all right? It was because he was making his teammates feel uncomfortable.
And the media.
Asked them if they had fornicated. Asked them all kinds of things to judge them, as if he is the one who does the judgment. That's not his job to do, whatever, nonetheless. Jaden Ivey now free to do whatever he wants. And it turns out whatever he wants happens to be spreading the word of God, which you should do. He's in the streets doing it as a multimillionaire. This is interesting, to say the least. You got the video?
Crazy.
Hey, free you, Jaden Ivey. My boy from the same.
Blessed are the pure in heart, for they shall see God.
Wow. That is crazy.
I don't know. This is a weird topic for me. I'm not actually comfortable talking about this one. Because if you want to, they say, and you feel that way, you should, spread the word. That is your sole purpose, right? If you believe, and he is technically doing that. I don't want to judge too harshly, but where I feel like it's fair to judge. The wife hasn't spoken to him. He said something about people who raised him don't agree with what he's got going on. Those people who know him, I don't know him personally, but your wife and your mother, they know you personally. If they have comments of concern, I think it's kind of fair to say. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, sure. Dedicate yourself to God if that's your purpose, for sure. But as someone that already dedicated himself to something, and then to lose that all, and to be, kind of cast out by your family and your loved ones, I hope he's right, because it doesn't seem like his life's going in the right trajectory. Doesn't seem like he's in a good place to me, but whatever. Everybody on the internet assures me that he's doing exactly what he needs to be doing, so hopefully it keeps going for him.
Nick?
Oh, it's interesting.
I've never seen this, ever. I'm concerned as a person who has a Jaden Ivey poster still in my apartment with Jalen Duren on an alley-oop. I fell in love with the player when he was here as a prospect and everything coming up, and I thought he was going to be in Detroit for a very long time. I never want to see anybody go through this spiral that it looks like Jaden Ivey's on, and it never seemed like he was a guy that, is big into drugs or nothing like that. He never seemed like that kind of character. You never heard anything about
big into apple pie.
Big alcohol issues or anything like that. You never heard anything. This just seems like he is losing his mind, and it looks like a guy that needs help. And I hope that, honestly, I hope somebody can talk to him, because it seems like he is losing it right now. Yeah. And I hope that the way it's going, his career's over for sure. And I hate to see that for a guy with so much, talent and, seemed like such a great guy when he was here, Jaden Ivey.
Yeah, and I'm on the outside here, so I obviously have no idea. It's very concerning that his closest people to him can't reach him. But just some people I thought of over the weekend that I think would be good resources to reach out to him are DeMar DeRozan, Kevin Love, players that have openly struggled with mental health issues. I think those type of players, maybe that angle can get through to him in some way, shape, or form, because at this point, it's very concerning that his family's not getting close to him, that he's not getting by any sense, it seems like, from the outside perspective, better. It's a sad situation, and you hope that he can salvage it, because this was a guy that it's pretty safe to say he's cost himself $100 million when you look at the contract he was looking at getting with the Pistons, and there was discrepancies on that, but you figured at least $20 million a year for 4 or 5 years, and now he's completely out of the NBA. So, like, this is a guy that has cost himself a substantial amount of money that even with a rehabbed image, he probably won't get back. But you have seen players like DeMar DeRozan, Kevin Love, overcome mental health issues in the NBA and still be productive and good players and have a pathway to success. So unless basketball is just no longer your calling and you've decided that and, you know, that is a right frame of mind decision, then I'm hoping that somebody can get through to him and get back to him, because I root for Jaden Ivey. I root for Jaden Ivey, the player in the NBA. I want to see him work out. This is crazy that a top 5 pick a year and a half ago is looking at making a $100 million contract and now is on the street preaching and doesn't seem like he has a chance in hell at playing in the NBA again. No religious pun intended.
And I get it's a different front office. Is there a possibility that second chance comes with the Detroit Pistons? I mean, there are people still in the building who
know him.
Mm-hmm.
No way.
No.
I mean, no team would sign him.
Well, not right away, but you think he's cooked. He's done forever.
I think he's cooked. I don't think he'll ever play in the NBA again.
Because you don't think he'll get the help, or just what?
Both. I think this is at the tip of the iceberg, and things could get drastically worse. And even if they don't, I think that, you know, the level of play wasn't there towards the end of it, let alone
I agree.
The health concerns of his knee, and this on top of it. I think it's just too big of a landmine. You can go get a Dennis Jenkins from the G League. Why would you possibly ruin your locker room or make the people in your building uncomfortable for a guy that was trending down in his play and had injury risk on top of it? I would be very surprised if he played in the NBA again.
I would be very surprised, but I'm not entirely counting it out, because the pathway I see is getting help, going through some type of therapy, counseling, whatever form of, you know, of education or help you need, and then playing somewhere else in another league, proving that you could get kind of back to a professional basketball level, and then coming back. I think he's out of the NBA for at least a year, and I think it's very unlikely that he will play again in the NBA. But to say it's completely out of the norm, I can't, or out of the realm of possibility, I can't say that, because I think with a year or two break from the NBA and also proper help outside of the NBA, then I think that Jaden Ivey can be reinstated as a basketball player in the NBA, and I just think it takes time. I don't think it's a whole offseason. Like, I think it's more than this offseason. He can't just do a 90-day course this summer and be like, well, I'm good, I'm back. Like, yeah, I think it will take longer than that, but I do think that he can come back and play basketball. I think it just takes time. We've seen players go away for a couple years and come back. Most of the time that's injury, but
Michael Beasley,
Birdman, I believe. How long was he out of the NBA when he had his drug problem? Chris Anderson. Yeah. How long was he out of the NBA?
You have to want to get help first, and
for sure.
Also, that was before woke era. Just to put out there.
Well, yeah,
I think this, like, specifically with what he is talking about, going against a whole entire community. You know, even no matter what your religious take is on that situation, that will get you in trouble nowadays.
And there's
more than anything else. There's always going to be pride nights and everything. You think Jaden Ivey, if he's on a team?
There's nothing wrong with religion or being religious, but forcing your religious ideals upon other people inside of your organization and media members is not something that will be tolerated by any governing body or employer.
Let him
cook. You can't do that anywhere.
Yeah.
So let alone, again, for a guy who is in a questionable spot because of the level of his play and his injury concern, to be forcing radical religious beliefs and ideals upon teammates and media members is not something that will make a team want to make a second chance on you. So you can go do that out. If you want to preach in the streets in your free time, nobody's stopping you from doing that. But when you enter a business and in a role in a business, you can't do stuff like that. That's just the world. You could go do that in your free time all you want, and you can use your platform to push your religious agenda if you want in certain ways. People do it all the time when they get interviewed and say, I'd like to thank Jesus Christ, my Lord and Savior, and stuff like that. That's fine, but to make people uncomfortable in the locker room I think you have to go to a different level to where that's more than just, regularly being a religious person.
I do think so. I do think what you're saying is true, but I do want to go to Nick's point. I mean, we've seen recent examples of players offending groups of people and still playing well and still playing in the NBA, and that's Kyrie Irving and Anthony Edwards. So the bottom line is the cold hard truth is that you can't be awful and offensive in the NBA. You can only be one or the other to keep your job. And right now, Jaden Ivey is far from a good player. And he also offended people and made people uncomfortable.
Asking media members if they've had fornication before marriage is not okay. Imagine going into an interview at your job and asking somebody, hey, are you a fornicator? Do you have sex before marriage? If you asked that to somebody you worked with, they would tell HR and you would get in trouble. That's how jobs work. It's fired! Not just, the NBA. If you did that anywhere, you would at least be questioned. And if your job performance was already in question because of your productivity, it's a business, man.
Agreed. Yeah, I think it's probably more so. I mean, obviously, I hope he gets the help. And again, if this
I do too.
Even if this is you obviously, you do the wrong line at asking the media members that and harassing your teammates about that stuff, or even C-blocking them at the club, as he was saying he was doing it in his live stream one time. You don't know her. You can't do that when your man's trying to get something.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Not cool. But I think there's more merit to the level of play on the court on top of it. And so he's going to have to rehab everything. He's got to prove it. I don't know if it happened at a G League level, maybe Puerto Rico, China, wherever that may be.
They are true.
But he's going to have to rehab that part of it for sure.
It's been reported by Ivy and the media members that he has asked them those questions.
I spoke to a source over the weekend that was happening in the Detroit Pistons locker room well before the trade too.
Yeah.
And
so, like I said, if you want to be religious, if you want to preach in the streets and stuff like that, on your free time in your own life, that's your choice. But if you do it in the workplace, if you're getting weird with it, stuff is going to come up. So hopefully if he's not, I'm not asking him to completely change his religious beliefs, but to not do it in the workplace if you want to have a job. I think that's kind of fair. Mm-hmm. Probably tweaking from C19 shot. No, I doubt it. I think it's just the stresses of everything that got to him, man. It's and this is something that he felt strongly about, that he fell back in, and it's kind of spiraling.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a weird topic. But again, praying for him, praying for his family. As you know, he's got a wife and kids, and hopefully everything works out for the best in the long run beyond the NBA, because that sucks. But all right, we have to go to break. We're going to do so. Come back. We got some Detroit Lions news for you. Of course, we're going to talk about Michigan versus UConn. Maybe we start off with that. I'll make a poll in the chat. You guys let me know. But before we do any of that, tell us about Planet Fitness.
Planet Fitness, the home of the judgment-free zone where everybody can get a full-body workout in 30 minutes, and all memberships include fitness training. You get all of that for just $15 a month, or you can upgrade to the Black Card and get use of amenities like hydro massage, total body enhancement, and access to over 2,700 locations worldwide. Join in club or online at planetfitness.com. Planet Fitness, where your fitness is essential.
Get ready for the ultimate sports experience. Join former University of Michigan star and NFL sensation Braylon Edwards alongside the charismatic Shep.
Braylon Edwards, touchdown Michigan!
As they break down the latest in sports like never before. Tune into the Braylon Edwards Show with Shep.
Touchdown, Braylon Edwards!
Weekdays from 2 to 4 p.m. only on the Woodward Sports Network. Don't miss out on hot topics, insider insights, and the banter that keeps you coming back for more.
How do people feel about getting a Planet Fitness membership for $15 a month? How do they like working out in a clean and spacious gym that's filled with equipment for every workout? And how about free fitness training in the judgment-free zone that leaves them feeling energized all day long? Join Planet Fitness today with the free PF app, online or in club, and start getting that big fitness energy for $15 a month.
We don't like to brag that we are the toughest sports network in Detroit, but we do have a guy named Darren McCarty on our side. Woodward Sports.
Share House. Go see my guy, Dr. Eric Duncan, at the corner of Woodward and Long Lake Road, where he hosts the largest massage chair showroom this side of the Mississippi. That's why he has the #1 massage chair review channel on the internet. Scan the QR code or visit massagesharehouse.com. Schedule your appointment today. What up, though? Welcome back to Whatever Waits Live with Sports.com. He's almost been Morax, young Chris, Nicholas Koloff. Smash the like button, be a friend, tell a friend, and share the stream. Got a poll up in there.
Tigers in a landslide.
Yeah.
Actually,
3% of the votes.
3% of the votes. Michigan Natty in a landslide. 41% of people want to talk about the Michigan National Championship game tonight.
Say landslide.
Yeah, Lions close second. Fight back for Lions. I'm going to give you guys, what, 2
Fight
minutes?
back! Fight back!
I'm going to give you guys a minute on that one.
Mm-hmm.
If you guys
Art
wanna
and
know
Jake's.
what's going on, yeah, Art and Jake's tonight.
Shelby.
Pull up. Going to be a good time, as always. Love Art and Jake's.
I ain't gonna be there.
No?
No.
Not even after the lift?
Nope.
Dang.
No, I'm good. I'm not even gonna watch the game. I'm gonna go home. I'm gonna watch some Daredevil. I'm gonna go to sleep. Give me a good night.
I'm pulling up because I fucking love Art and Jake's.
Shout out
It's
Art
on the
and
east
Jake's.
side. It's like I can't not go when it's on my side of town. Clarkson, a little further for me.
What time did you get home, Spenny, Saturday?
Like 1:30 or something like that. Yeah.
This show was crazy.
Yeah.
The things we do for Brendan. Okay. No, it's a lot of fun. Obviously, Art and Jake's delicious food, great hosts. We're going to be out there tonight for the massive, Michigan's been the best team all year, and then you got to go up against the dynasty to get through them. I don't know if we'll break it down, but we'll see. But it's going to be a lot of fun at Art and Jake's. If you are in the area, come by, come say what up. Should be popping for the Natty.
Spinny's alien bride. Spin won't be
we're
there.
back.
He has chores.
Yeah, I'll make up some chores to do. Like I'll
I had to fold my couch.
Yeah, I had to scrub my concrete.
Oh, Klotzy's
I know
in
a
the
guy.
chat. Shout out to Klotzy.
Shout out Klotzy.
Oh, he's the one that sent that Dexter Lawrence news.
Yep.
All right, it was Natty. It's tied right now. We gotta go with Natty. That one first, right?
Yeah.
All right, Nick, kick it off. National championship game tonight. How you feeling?
I'm feeling great going into this one. Obviously, the big question mark so far is Yaxel Lendenborg. Are you going to have the Big Ten Player of the Year? This team routed Arizona with him playing like 10 minutes in that game due to getting in foul trouble, and then boom, got injured right away. Came in, knocked down a couple big threes, but Yaxel Lendenborg and how is his mobility entering tonight is the biggest question mark. My question I want to pose to you guys, because I know my answer, can they still win this game without Yaxel, at a 75%? Do you believe they can go through the dynasty, which is UConn basketball? Easy.
At first, I was thinking. I woke up this morning, and all through the weekend, I was like Michigan landslide, which that's obviously kind of still where I'm at. Maybe not a landslide, but Michigan win for sure. But I thought back on UConn, it's like this is their third trip in 4 years. They took down the Blue Devils. Like I don't know. I think you can't really sleep on this team anymore. I was initially, but with the injury on top of that, like Yaxel's the X factor. That's a big body guy, spread the floor, make passes, like do everything for those guys. Him being banged up is not great for a team that truly. I know it sounds corny, but they got that dog. I mean, look at the coach, button like referees, shit like that. Like, UConn's a bigger threat than what I thought waking up this morning.
The only way Michigan loses this game if they go absolutely ice cold from three.
Ice cold.
If they shoot the ball the way they've been shooting the ball in the tournament, they'll win, and they'll win by 15 points because it's just unfair when you have the amount of big bodies that they do, the amount of good finishers around the rim with those Morris Johnson blows some bunnies sometimes, but Yaxel and Mara are about as good as it gets when it comes to finishing at the rim. And the way they've been shooting, whether it's McKinney or Burnett or Roddy Gale or Cadeau, they are just absolutely lighting it up from beyond the arc. And there's not much teams can do to stop them when they're shooting like that with the bodies they have in the paint. And then their defense against Arizona. It's going to be different, obviously, because UConn has better shot makers on the perimeter than Arizona does, but it's still like unless you're shooting the lights out and they're cold from 3, you're not going to beat them.
I think the big thing, obviously, with Yaxel, if he's not able to go to his best abilities, one guy that's truly stepped up for this Michigan Wolverines team since LJ Kaysen went down has been Roddy Gale. Yeah. How consistent can Roddy Gale be? Obviously, we know he's built on defense.
I don't think he's missed a shot in the tournament.
He bricked one pretty bad last game, which he can't do, but he has been pretty solid from 3. So I have faith in Roddy Gale right now for what he's done the last 10 games per se. But I've also seen Roddy Gale at like the start of this season and last year. Like at times, he can be extremely inconsistent if you're relying upon him to be a star for your team. If Yaxel is out per se, and he has a bad game, that could be a spot where UConn could press it to their advantage. If Roddy Gale is, not having a great game, but you got 4 more guys. I'm expecting the older guys on this team to truly step up. A guy like Nimari Burnett, who has played in tons of college basketball games. When he gets the open shot, you got to knock it down. And in transition, which there's probably not going to be too many opportunities today, you have to knock down that open 3. We saw it with Trey McKinney. We're going to see it tonight with Nimari Burnett. We're going to see it with Roddy Gale. If these guys get the looks early in the shot clock, in transition from deep, after UConn collapses the paint, they got to knock it down. And if they do hit, over 10 threes, I think they win this game. But when they do get those looks, they have to knock them down time and time, because if UConn gets their defense set up, they're way better than in transition.
Absolutely. And you saw a little bit of Arizona in the beginning of the game. If they wouldn't have got down 10-1, I mean, obviously this sounds like the dumbest thing ever. I think it would have been a much closer game, but it's because they got Michigan's bigs into foul trouble early. Like Yaxel, Morez, and Mara all had 2 fouls in the beginning of that game, but it was just they couldn't make shots, and Michigan's defense was too tight for them to do anything. So if UConn can do the same while hitting shots from the outside, then they'll have a chance to keep up with them. But the way Michigan has been scoring points in this tournament, it's crazy, man. But UConn has won 19 consecutive games in the tournament past the Sweet 16. They are undefeated in the past however many years after they get past the Sweet 16. It's pretty crazy.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie. I'm a little nervous because it is UConn. Like, just nerves in a factor. Just the 2 times Michigan's been to the championship in my lifetime, they've lost both. And it was with Trey Burke and then with Wagner. So we'll see how this Michigan team can handle it. But compared to those times, they were the underdog.
Yeah.
In both of those games against a stacked Louisville team and then a stacked Villanova with basically the New York Knicks. So they were the underdog in those games. Michigan is the powerhouse. Mm-hmm. Michigan is the favorite. They should take care of business. But with that being said, UConn has been here time and time again. They will not flinch. They will not go down. This thing's going all the rounds it will take. And, hopefully Michigan's standing at the end of it, and I believe that they will be. But it's not like Dan Hurley's going to flinch at any point throughout this game the way those Arizona Wildcats did. I promise you that.
Yeah, it's definitely a tougher team and a better matchup against Michigan than Arizona. But still, I didn't expect them to beat them that bad. That was crazy.
Fuck out of
Yeah, it was crazy.
I think McKinney going off kind of helped too.
McKinney was huge.
Trey can go off if he gets those looks.
He's good.
He's top 5 prospect for a reason.
He's good. Yeah, he'd be starting on most other teams.
He'd be starting probably every other team in the country.
Yeah, could be starting for Michigan, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, for Nimari Burnett, for sure. But they do like putting him in and then giving him that just boost off the bench, which I think is an elite dynamic.
This guy, Dusty May, man.
Yeah.
He's a wizard.
I mean, fuck.
Let's go to break. We'll come back. We'll talk about that. Dusty May versus Dan Hurley, who's got the edge at coach. But first, let me tell you about Pure Psychiatry. We talk about sports every day. Wins, losses, pressure, expectations. But real life, it's not always easy. At Woodward Sports, you're never alone, and neither is your mental health journey. Pure Psychiatry provides personalized psychiatric care designed specifically for you, not a cookie-cutter plan. With 16 locations in Michigan and 2 in Ohio, they make getting help accessible and comfortable. If you've been thinking about taking that first step, visit PurePsychMI.com.
No one gives away more more cash and prizes than Woodward Sports. You don't believe us? Here's our latest $10,000 winner.
You know, you guys posted, hey, if you guess all this stuff right, we'll give it's $10,000. I'm like, okay, well, why the hell not?
And the winning doesn't stop there. How about our Outkick Your Coverage winner?
I think you won. Tully, everybody. This guy's got a hot girl.
Bigger prizes, bigger giveaways, cash, merch, tickets, and more. All from the biggest sports network in Detroit. No one does it bigger and better than Woodward Sports. Make sure you're following, liking, subscribing on Instagram, Facebook, X, and YouTube for your chances to share in the winning. From Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports.
It's game on at Art & Jake's. Wings, burgers, pizza, and ice-cold drinks served up with attention to detail. Wall-to-wall TVs, great service, and a vibe that keeps your crew coming back. Art & Jake's, a sports bar setting with a fine dining flavor.
That's why they deserve the best sports coverage in the world. We are the Woodward Sports Network.
Art and Jake's, Shelby Township off 23 Mile on the east side. Tonight we'll be watching Michigan be crowned national championships. Maybe. We're going to get into that a little bit more in a couple minutes. Tonight, again, Art and Jake's, a sports bar setting with fine dining flavor. Turning up tonight, too. What up, though? Welcome back to World Heavyweights Live, WorldSports.com. Smash the like button, be a friend, tell a friend, and share the stream. Speedy brought it up before we got to the break. Dan Hurley versus Dusty May. I'm just saying, I don't want to say Dusty May's changing the game in terms of the Michigan State rivalry. I mean, I thought about tonight, you could tie Izzo.
Yep.
Tonight. Mm-hmm. And what, 2 years?
2 years.
2 short years.
Oh, it's interesting.
That's insane.
Count that,
and he's playing foul. The way we've been begging Izzo to play. Take these 1-year guys. Take these guys that are moving on next year, transfer portal, all that stuff. Mm-hmm. How's that feel for you as a Sparty to watch this guy?
It sucks. It sucks. I hope they lose. I hope their entire team comes down with an awful flu and none of them can play, and they all survive and they're fine.
That's terrible.
But no, Dusty May is one of the best coaches in college basketball. Some people call him the best. I wouldn't do that yet since Dan Hurley has 2 championships in the past, 5 years?
Yeah.
I think you got to do a little bit more to dethrone him. But Dusty May is the best when it comes to weaponizing the transfer portal and getting the guys in here that he knows. And he's still getting the high recruits as well. It's extremely impressive. And the way he runs offense is, it can run teams out of the gym when it's clicking and when you have the talent. When you can run that type of offense, it's hard for anybody to stop. And Michigan's such a deep team that it's hard for me to believe they're going to lose in this game. So, Dusty's a monster.
He's a force to be reckoned with.
Just got to hope the NBA gets him.
Do you think – he did say that this weekend. He's not taking any college jobs.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why.
I'm not going to, so quit asking.
All the momentum they got.
Yeah, like Indiana, I think is the only one that people consider because he's from Indiana.
Yeah.
He's not going to
75 miles away from where you played high school ball tonight.
Yeah, and we know Indiana's not afraid to cough up money to be transfer portal elite as well. So
Mark Cuban.
He ain't going to Indy. Let's stop all the speculation.
Unless you grew up a diehard Indiana guy, but that's
He
gross.
said college jobs. If you want to speculate NBA, I'll give you that one. But he ain't going to Indy.
I wouldn't even fuck college. If you do well there, like tonight, if Dusty May wins this title, he can sit at Michigan for as long as he wants.
Set for life. Yeah.
Look at Izzo.
Yeah.
Why would you go to the NBA to be fired if you don't have a superstar, or B, if the superstar doesn't fuck with you?
For the kind of the competitor in you to want to win at the highest level.
That's fair.
Like what's his name?
Billy Donovan.
Billy Donovan and
look what's happening to him. He's coming back to college.
Brad Stevens. Yeah, Brad Stevens.
Brad Stevens. I mean, he's president now though, so shout out to him.
Yeah, it worked out for him pretty well.
Yeah, that's fair from Brad Stevens' case. I don't know. I mean, if I'm him, I'd rather just become a fucking GOAT at the collegiate level.
Yeah, you could be, the greatest coach in the history of Michigan if he continues that.
Unless the perfect NBA situations. I got to know I'm going into a situation with a superstar, But even then, if shit goes wrong, You're the one they're pointing at. You're the one not getting paid $100 million a year.
Well, did you guys hear?
You'll also get paid way more in the NBA.
Yeah.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
I did not know that.
I mean, the college coaches right now are cleaning up in football. We'll see what this Dusty May contract looks like. But, I mean, if I'm Michigan, I'm not letting Dusty walk anywhere. No. I'm matching every contract from here on out. What he's been able to do with the Michigan program over the last 2 years, going 63-13 after 2 years ago, taking over a program that was 8-24 under Juwan Howard in Michigan basketball. 63-13, 3 losses on the season, favored by 6.5 here, gearing up for tonight in the national championship. He has completely turned this into a powerhouse that could go on a run for a very long time. On Saturday, I said generational. That's the kind of coach you're talking about. Dusty May is a mastermind. It's been unbelievable. I'm just happy that, I'm not some fair weather guy. I mean, Michigan basketball I've loved for a very long time, and Dusty May is the face of it right now. Yeah. And I wouldn't rather have a single coach in all of basketball to be coaching my team right now.
Their average margin of victory is 21.6 points.
Yeah, they are insane. They've been one of the best teams in college all year, and they have by far and away looked like the best team in the tournament. They've scored 90 points in every game so far, which is crazy. And yeah, it's the offense he runs, the way he, like I said, he weaponizes the transfer portal. It's in the modern age of college basketball, there's not a lot of coaches you take over.
But then on the other hand, Dan Hurley.
Dog.
Absolute psychopath. Spinney, you were giving him his props during the Michigan State game. I'm like, fuck this guy, he's beating my team. Since then, the respect's there. I mean, obviously, respect has always been there as a 2-time national champion, but just like the way he carries himself, I watched a couple of interviews of him like over the weekend. I love how he's just swearing in the interview and stuff like that. Like, yeah, you gotta go with the kick. He's just himself.
He is.
He's a dude. He's a dog. And I respect that. And I didn't know his dad is a Naismith Hall of Famer. His dad was a coach as well.
Yep.
Bob Hurley.
So is his brother, I think.
Yeah. That's insane.
Yeah.
The lineage is there. And what he's doing right now, too, the UConn, Reed's their best player. And obviously got the kid who's been there forever. What's his name? Caravan?
Yeah.
Caravan's got 2 chips.
Reed's their best player.
Reed's their best player by far. They don't have what Michigan's got, I guess what I'm trying to say.
No. I mean, they still,
they got a lottery pick.
They've got a couple. Mullen's a lottery pick. Ball might play himself into the first round with his shot making and his ability to score from the perimeter. It's not like it's, children of the poor over there for UConn. They are one of the
blue
best.
Blood.
Yeah, they're a blue blood. They're one of the best organizations in the past 10 years of college basketball. It's not even close, probably the best. So I don't want to say, oh, poor Dan Hurley, but no, he's if he's not 1, he's 2. Like, I'd put him up at number 1 still just because of their resume.
Yeah.
But they definitely have their work. Like, Michigan's a machine, man. Michigan's a more deep team.
Yes.
They're a more talented team. So they're going to have to use some of that UConn black magic to make something happen. Maybe the revenge game for Terrace Reed provides him with a little extra oomph because Dusty kind of cast him off as a player and brought in his own guys. But if you're trying to run your offense through your center against Michigan, it's probably not going to work out.
Yeah, not with Ade down there.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying with Amon-Ra. I really like that matchup by the Wolverines, and you could throw Morez Johnson if you want to, bank bodies inside on that one. But Morez Johnson,
brother.
But Mara with his length, I mean, it's incredible. And just speaking on the Spaniards right now, or actually before I do, the ability for Hurley to do what he just did already in this tournament, to go through Izzo, to go through Shire at Duke with that number 1, team, and then to just not even really make it that close with Illinois. Like, they're on a track right now to have an all-time type resume if they go out and win tonight between Michigan, MSU, Duke, and that Illinois team who's dominated in the Elite 8. So we'll see what happens, but I do like Michigan's odds in this one for that specific reason. For Terrace Reed inside, I don't think you can count on him for like his classic 16 and 10 12, but if they're gonna win, they're gonna be ripping it from deep, which every team tries to do to beat Michigan. But I will say real quick with Dusty, but fellas, this isn't just like a slouch of like everyone wants to give him the props for like obviously the portal, but you did get the 5-star guard in state in Trey McKinney.
Yeah.
You got another top 15 recruit coming in next year in Brandon McCoy Jr. You also have a 7'3" Spaniard entering next year as well in the border named Moeller. So, and they have 3 top 50 guys. So that's all built within. LJ Kaysen came with them from FAU. Sadly got hurt, or I think he would be a big staple of this team. But it's the ability to go out and get those guys with the portal, I think, is why this is sustainable and why we're not just talking about a one-year championship type run.
I think another staple in Dusty's game, too, he's always had those. I mean, it's only been 2 years. It's still fucking crazy. But the big men.
Yep.
He's always got a big man. He's got a skilled guard. Trey McKinney going to be there again next year, too.
Yep.
That's nuts as well. I mean, it's going to be there for a minute. I got this fun stat, though. UConn, adjusted tempo in Division I basketball, ranks 319th out of 365. Michigan, in games with 63 possessions or fewer, are 0-2. So don't do well with the grind-out games. We'll see, though. I think they got the big men to survive it. But it's, I mean, UConn's going to be dog fight.
No, don't like that.
Michigan's been, outside of the first half of Howard, unentertaining.
Yeah,
I mean,
first half Alabama was close.
Yes, yep, that's fair. I was driving.
I do think that, I mean, if Michigan went out there and they were up 10-1 in the blink of an eye against Arizona, like trying to claw back against a team like Michigan is not. Well, I guess it's different for teams that can actually shoot a 3 consistently, unlike Arizona. But
they
still,
play some defense.
Still, if you get down to this team, man, they can grind. Michigan can beat you in any way. They can beat you down low. They can beat you in the half court. They can beat you from shooting threes. They've been the best team in the country all year.
I will say this as this chat rolls in bogey time. Obviously trolling a little, but he says Mullins dropping 40 tonight. I have PTSD of Luke Hancock. I have PTSD of Dante DiVincenzo. These fellas ripping from deep. Like just going on historic type runs. Cannot be stopped. So if Mullins, rips 2 in a row, 3 in a row, like timeout. I'm throwing Amon-Ra on him. I don't care what it is. I'm throwing the biggest size in the world at this guy, and I'm not allowing it to happen again. Because the runs that Luke Hancock and DiVincenzo went on crushed me as a young Michigan
Hopefully,
fan.
if Luke Hancock's out there, you get a Spike Albrecht to go back at him. But, it's pretty crazy. We're going to go to break. We're going to come back. We got Lions topics. We got some news from the draft about a player that the Detroit Lions apparently love. And you could see come off the board at 17. We are going to talk about the Red Wings falling apart this weekend. We're going to talk about the Detroit Pistons clinching the number 1 seed in the East. But we had to talk about it. Obviously, Michigan playing in the national championship tonight against UConn. Make sure you tap in later live from Art and Jake's in Shelby. The goalie monkey with the super chat, he says hi. What's up, man?
Kevin.
Hi, Kevin. All right, let's go to break. Let me tell you about Loom Cannabis. Loom. Go to loom.com to find a location near you today. Use promo code WSN30 to get 30% off your order. The Buzzin' drinks are amazing. They've got this bubble hash pre-rolls that are very good. I'm a flower guy. I like to roll my own blunts. I like to roll my own joints. And their Jenny Kush is some of the best flour in the game. So make sure you go get some. Go to loom.com. Use promo code WSN30 for 30% off. And what about Thrive, Nick?
Let me tell you about Thrive. It's the best energy pouch of the game. Because are you tired of the midday crash from sugary energy drinks? It's time to level up with Thrive energy pouches. Made right here in the USA, Thrive delivers fast-acting energy and elite cognitive focus using all natural caffeine. The best part, it's all clean, all energy, zero sugar, and absolutely zero crash. Grab Thrive Energy in wintergreen, peach, peppermint, and cinnamon. Scan the QR code on your screen right now or go to dipstop.com to grab a tin. Use promo code WSN at checkout to get 15% off your entire order. Seriously, guys, these things just effing work. Thrive. Check it out.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today. A ton of fun, a ton of sports, and a ton of man-meat. Welcome to the Woodward Heavyweights, live daily 5 to 7 p.m. on Woodward Sports.
Buddy's Pizza is home of the original Detroit-style pizza since 1946. Make it a Detroit-style watch party with Buddy's Pizza and save 20% on your orders of $200 or more with the promo code Woodward20. That's Woodward20. Check out Buddy'sPizza.com. Check it out.
Check it out.
What up, dog? Welcome back to WoodwardSports.com. I'm sorry. I'm trying. I got scammed in a crypto wallet. Kind of. I scammed myself.
Easy scammed himself.
It's a long. I tried. It's like anytime I do anything crypto, I try to be like
cryptic.
Yeah, incognito a little bit, just because like motherfuckers do be scamming out there. Motherfuckers be fishing, trying to steal your shit. You need like seed codes and shit. You need like 12 codes sometimes to get into these wallets. So I used my Apple ID because you could hide your regular email when I signed up for this wallet that I already put $100 into. All right. However, because I hid the email, I need to verify the code they send to my email to get in, but my email's hidden. So I don't have access to where the thing's going, so I'm just $100. It sucks. I've been trying to work through it during the show like an asshole. I'm just going to give up. All right, I'm going to try again tonight or something. I don't know. But real quick, Nick, before we move on to football, does Michigan cover?
Go Blue. Do they cover?
Yeah.
6.5. If it was 7.5, I'd like that number.
It was.
Yeah, I do think they cover. I do. I think that they win this game. It's closer to 10 than it is to 5.
Spinny, what's the better whistle, you think, in this game?
I think it's
right?
I think it's going to be pretty even.
Pretty even?
Maybe UConn a little bit because Michigan's got more big physical guys.
Yeah. And Dan Hurley did kiss that one referee.
He did.
He might like that, huh? All right, moving on, Detroit Lions.
Go Blue!
Chris, do you got anything on that national championship game?
No, man, I'm just going to be excited to watch and see these guys. I don't watch the tournament, so I like to watch the tournament and see, who are the guys that go to NBA level. Yeah. So I'm excited. I'm hating Michigan, but honestly, all my hate tonight is going to New York. I need New York to fall to that 4th seed, baby. We'll talk about it when we talk this.
Okay.
What?
Ade Mora?
Okay.
Where's he expected to go in the draft? Lottery pick?
Late first.
No. He is currently ranked 27th on the big board.
Yeah.
Currently, they got Mullins at 14. Could be a projected fallback option if the Pistons are at 20 and he slips. Sharpshooter, UConn.
Damn.
That's one my friend likes.
I wouldn't mind drafting a white. We need more shooters.
Yeah. I'm not mad, dude.
I would prefer a guy that could play defense and shoot the ball, but a more athletic player that can defend on the perimeter a little bit better. But, you can't be a beggar at fucking 20-something. You're not going to get the perfect player at 20-something. So I would go for the highest shooting upside person.
I'm still a little scarred.
Or just Minnesota's?
Just Minnesota's.
Yeah, we get the better draft.
Whatever's the better one. Yeah.
So
it's projected 21 right now.
Yeah.
21.
I would say quickly. I'd say last couple white shooters we got Kyle Singler, Luke Kennard.
Luke Kennard had a triple-double this weekend.
I would love Luke Kennard on this team right now.
You want him at deadline.
That's true. The only thing about Luke Kennard is who was drafted after him. That sucks. That's really that's fine.
Shout out
Herder.
That is Stan Van Gundy's biggest flop.
Dan Hurley does have a punchable face for sure.
It was back to back. It was Booker and Stanley.
Yeah, he passed up Devin Booker and he passed
Stanley,
up
and
fucking Donovan Mitchell.
Yeah, Luke Kennard for Devin.
Could have had the best backcourt in the league.
And Devin Booker, listen, shout out to I saw the Bad Boy shoes. All right, did you see them?
Either request a trade or stop doing it.
Yeah, dude, stop this shit.
Yeah.
You fucking re-signed. You didn't have to fucking re-sign.
Yeah.
Yes, it did.
And you're not even like in a situation where like winning is like I don't know, dude. I'm done with the honey dicking, to be honest with you. Like I liked it. I was falling for it before, but then once you re-signed, it told me everything I needed to know. You don't give a fuck.
No.
I don't know what you're doing.
No, he's Bradley Beal.
What are you doing though?
I mean,
with the fucking Detroit.
He's a Michigan guy.
Yeah, I guess, dude. But fucking, are you a Michigan guy if you don't want to come play for the Pistons? No.
Does that mean Cabe wants to play for the Mavs?
You're a Benjamin guy. That's the highest dollar bill, right? Don't go high. I think is there 200? No. Yeah, it's all about the Benjamins, baby. I don't know. There's rarities in this world.
I guess. Yeah.
You ever heard about the $200 coin?
No.
Fucking newbie, dude.
Can I interest you in this $300?
Did you buy Apple today,
coin?
idiot? No, I told you to. No, I think
I
it's
am
doing too well
broke.
anyway. Listen, I'm broke too. But this is going
Dude, taxes fucked me up.
I'm broke. You gotta have a kid.
I gotta have a kid.
money.
I gotta fart out a couple little crotch goblins because my taxes are awful.
I'm gonna go beat up your tax guy. I think he's not doing stuff right.
No, there's just nothing.
Nick,
I
did
can
you
do.
owe?
No, I've been trying to
Nick's
get
like, I'm
everything in
5
order.
years behind. I'm just kidding.
But Nick and Chris have actual jobs that actually
that's fair.
pay for taxes.
Yeah.
I would typically get money back. Obviously, with this job, I'm not going to. But I have to get everything in order to write that stuff off. I was able to do okay last year, but I'm a little worried.
I got smacked.
I'm a little worried.
I got smacked. I got smacked 2 years in a row.
Yeah, I'm gonna be writing off a lot of like gas, like money, like.
You have everything.
We were we were out traveling a lot for work this year.
You off your rent, right off your car, right off your gas, right off your clothes, right off your subscriptions.
Yep. I did.
Damn, dude. All right, moving on. Detroit Lions.
Wait, real quick. You asked me if they cover. Do they cover? Easy. Who covers? Or who wins? Do you think UConn wins this game?
Michigan wins. The cover, I don't know, because their average wins 21.6 points. I mean, it's insane.
Yeah, they're gonna cover.
Yeah, I'll say they cover. But I do think I think UConn's gonna be a tougher fight than like a lot of us are starting or giving them, I should say. This morning I thought it was gonna be Michigan blowout, but going back, I mean, they did beat Duke. Maybe Duke fell asleep at the wheel a little bit though. They had a big lead to let them come back. What was your opinion on that game? Does that make you nervous? The fact they beat Duke and Duke did beat you in the regular season?
I was on a plane, so I do not want to talk about it.
Get off my plane.
Goddamn snakes
on the plane. I was on a plane, so I did not watch the actual thing. I had to see a replay of it. That was insane. And don't sleep on UConn coming back at any point. That's what I would say about that one.
No, they're good too.
Adam from the D. I have kids and getting $40K back.
Jesus.
That's awesome.
He ain't getting no
That's
40K
crazy.
back.
I paid like.
That's
You
impossible.
gotta have like 40 kids to get 40K back.
I want his taxation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want his tax agent? Is that what you said?
His little piggy.
Stop, dude.
I'll take that guy's agent if he's getting 40K.
You're not gonna piss off my guy because your guy sucks. All right. My guy's great. Shout out Olivia.
Oh, it's a guy.
All right, stop. I got a bullshit now. We got 2 minutes. We're gonna restart. This is Lions topics.
Let's just go to break.
All right, we're going to break.
All right,
going to break.
Chris,
I got
prediction.
the craziest fucking update with Taylor Decker. This shit blew my mind.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
This is the most Lions shit in the world.
It is pretty lion shit. It's like Brown's head coach getting his hair cut for the picture and missing the picture adjacent. Like,
Yep.
It's pretty similar.
Yep.
Like bad poop team shit.
Like some fucking movie shit, honestly.
Like literally Dumb and Dumber shit.
Yeah.
Tell us about Gold Crown.
I'll tell you about Gold Crown. I need one right now. All right, shout out to the Royal Junior Jesters holding me down while taking me up. All right, 3.5 grams, 5 pre-rolls, infused, and coated with keef. They're the best thing on the market, in my humble opinion. All right, I had them out opening day. Everyone agreed, to be honest with you. Royal Junior Jesters, find a dispensary near you. They've been doing it since the OG days. Royal Crowns, Gold Crown, smoke like royalty.
Get ready for the ultimate sports experience. Join former University of Michigan star and NFL sensation Braylon Edwards alongside the charismatic Shep.
Braylon Edwards, touchdown! Touchdown, Michigan!
As they break down the latest in sports like never before. Tune into the Braylon Edwards Show with Shep.
Touchdown, Braylon Edwards!
Weekdays from 2 to 4 p.m. only on the Woodward Sports Network. Don't miss out on hot topics, insider insights, and the banter that keeps you coming back for more.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men today. Open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, and enjoy precision haircut, scalp massage, hot leather neck shave, and hot towel treatment from one of our talented stylists. Step up your game this season and take advantage of our $20 haircut special. Scan the QR code and get your coupon today. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, the ultimate haircut experience. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins always welcome. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, it's wicked awesome.
We don't like to brag that we are the toughest sports network in Detroit, but we do have a guy named Darren McCarty on our side. Woodward Sports.
Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men open 7 days a week. Walk-ins are always welcome. Stop in, sit down, relax, get an award-winning haircut from one of our lovely, talented stylists. You can get a hot leather neck shave, a scalp massage, a hot towel treatment, all that wrapped into one in the King's treatment. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men open 7 days a week. It's wicked awesome. Excuse me.
Smash the like button. Have a seat. Maybe pull up a little Royal Junior Jester. Light one up. You're going to need it.
They're awesome.
They are great. So, obviously, the situation with Taylor Decker was a weird one.
Yep.
You have a guy that's been on this team for a very long time, a leader on the team. You have regime in both Dan Campbell and Brad Holmes. By all accounts, outside of one, have been revered as these guys that respect you as human beings. They respect you more than other situations. I mean, guys are getting cut and saying these things. That's like when you talk the most shit. Guys are getting traded and saying these things, right? They're showing love to Dan Campbell for treating them like human beings, showing them love. And then here comes this weird situation where Taylor Decker texts Brad Holmes, "Hey, I'm back." No answer. So he just announces himself on Instagram. "I'm coming back. One more year. Detroit Lions, like we're locking in."
Mm-hmm.
And still nothing from Brad Holmes.
Dude got ghosted.
He got ghosted. So he was like, "Oh." His agent reassured him, like, remember they said they wanted to renegotiate, you know, like, they do want you to take a little bit of a pay cut. Maybe that's it. So Taylor Decker's like, fuck that. What the shit? I played injured for you last year because you said I was your best option while injured. Hurt myself in that scenario, both in my personal life and professional life. And now you want me to take a pay cut? You can't even text me back like, or to negotiate something? I'm getting ghosted? Turns out Taylor Decker may have had the wrong phone number.
That does not make sense.
This is something not verified that he texted the wrong phone number, but Justin Rogers, who went out to Arizona to speak to Taylor Decker at his house regarding the situation, put out a great article. Make sure you guys check that out, Detroit Football Network. He did an interview with Brad Holmes himself. Originally, he had the wrong number because Brad Holmes got a fucking brand new phone number for whatever reason. Did text want to inform him? I don't know how that works. But Taylor Decker texted Brad Holmes, and it's quite possible that when he did so, it was to Brad Holmes' old number. Resulting in Taylor Decker getting pissed off about being ghosted and announcing his own release. And now you have Larry Borum opposite Penei Sewell. This is some of the most fucking Lions, SOL stuff. I won't say it's Lions stuff because Lions new team, new Lions, all that good stuff like that. But what an SOL season for the Detroit Lions. SOL off season for the Detroit Lions. That's how you lose your starting left tackle of 10-plus years? Because you had the wrong phone number. This is why I said, by the way, too, fuck a text. Pick up the phone and call.
Yeah.
Because then you would have known.
Yep.
Either somebody's grandma would answer said you had the wrong number. Yeah, you heard that shit. This is crazy.
Talk is cheap.
Shame on his agent, too.
Shame on his agent. His agent should be the one handling that. His agent should be the one making sure he's got the GM's phone number.
What the fuck? This is nuts. Oh my God. This is nuts. I sent it to the group chat just briefly in that moment, and I had to let it go because I would have been pissed off about it. Now that I'm revisiting, I mean, what the fuck is this?
It's
clown shit.
It is. It's Bush League stuff. Like, I don't know who I blame more for it, but I don't think any party should be like,
it's his fault.
It's all their faults.
Yeah.
Taylor Decker should have made sure he had his boss's phone number. Brad Holmes should have been in contact with Taylor Decker, knowing he is a free agent. Well, not free agent, but he is under contract, and you want to renegotiate his contract for next year. You probably should have made sure he had your phone number. I don't know, man. I don't know. It's very stupid. Adam from the D with the super chat. He says, this reminds me of when I tried calling my GF in college, but called her best friend and ended up getting a beeger from her and a black eye from my ex in the morning.
Wow, who said that?
Adam from the D.
It's kind of legendary. He did just tell us he had $40K coming back for his kids.
Hey.
But that's legendary.
Shout out.
So, yeah, this is like one of the weirdest twists. You would have figured at some point with grown-ass men, grown-ass professionals, like this would have been ironed out between the three of them. Because I'm going to include the four of them.
Dan, too.
Yeah, I'm going to include Dan Campbell. I'm going to include the agent, too. Because Dan Campbell, he had Dan's number, and Dan texted back. Great, I'm going to talk to Brad. How is there no communication made still by Brad Holmes, though? You know? And you could have put forth a better effort, both Taylor and his agent, in contacting Brad Holmes. This sucks. And no disrespect to Larry. I know he's from the city. And, you know, people, whatever. I don't know if people are excited for him. I was going to lie and say that. I don't know that's true.
Guy stinks!
But now you're fucking Larry Borum. And I can't guarantee you we're drafting a tackle at 17. I really can't. Although we have a story coming up next that may, lean towards that. But I don't know how to take that one.
Taking a linebacker. No, it's not this
running
guy.
back.
No. I am going to choose not to believe this because this is
it's true.
It's true.
It's true.
billions of dollars in this industry. Zillions of dollars. And this is what we're doing?
Billions.
I'm out here paying my hard-earned money for a season ticket, and we have our franchise left tackle not being able to talk to our general manager? What are we doing here? It's a clown show.
Yeah.
And it is SOL. As much as you don't want to hear it, that's ridiculous. I am
SOL.
choosing to believe this shit did not happen because I cannot live with this happening inside of my organization that I thought was completely turned around and fixed, which obviously isn't. They're doing the same dumbass shit, being an extremely cheap organization right now. This is hit the panic button, the big red panic button. That's me right now. If this is true, boom, 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 boom.
Yeah.
This is terrible.
So,
it's bad luck
What is going on with my life?
This is the quote. Sorry, my gonna sneeze, but won't come out. Oh, it's driving me nuts. Hold on.
Bless you. There you go. Bless you.
Another one.
Say it with your chest.
Bless you.
All right. Interesting thing that was hypothesized to me by multiple members of
Bless you.
organization this week is that Decker might not have had the right number for Brad Holmes, said Justin Rogers. I will say that it's possible because the number I had for Brad Holmes no longer works, so it adds an interesting layer. But he says, I still think after a month, if you still haven't heard from your GM, it still falls at least a little bit on Holmes in terms of that communication. You lost your starting left tackle to a miscommunication. Communication is key. That's why they say that. And you take your allergy medicine before you do a 2-hour show. I'll do that right now.
Well, so was it also a money thing too? Like it's all weird now because now it's like I would actually understand just walking away just off of this the blatant disrespect, but we were told okay, yeah, it's a money thing, and we tried to save some, but I don't know, man. This is terrible. This is absolutely terrible. Like you're gonna do this in your window and your best years of your franchise. You're gonna do this to this player. It doesn't make sense to me, man. Like I don't get it. I don't get it.
It's truly clown shit.
Disaster.
Like laughable.
Yeah.
And I'm not even trying to shit on my favorite team. It's just that's a scenario that you'd literally put in a movie because it's funny.
fired!
And like Nick said, billions of dollars involved right here. Not in the conversation, but you're a $1 billion organization. Like that's what's happening.
You could easily, this could be millions, like hundreds of millions, like I would say, definitely millions of dollars in making a home playoff game or having the 1 seed and having to go through the NFC to get there. You know, how much money do you think an NFC championship doesn't make just for the Lions to host that, but the whole entire city of Detroit?
Yeah.
Do you feel more confident doing that with your franchise left tackle or with Caden Proctor?
With your franchise left tackle.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. That takes away billions of dollars. It's unacceptable. Like, what are we doing here? This is not some game that we're playing of Madden. This is real life. This is people that pay hard-earned money to go out and see your product, and you don't have your left tackle's number, or he doesn't have the GM's. That's an effing issue, and I don't care how big your pride is. Take some accountability and find his new number, Taylor. Like, this is not just on Brad at all, or the organization. This is on Taylor Decker.
No, it is all parts stupid on every person. Like, Taylor Decker, Dan Campbell, Taylor's agent, Brad Holmes, everybody should feel stupid about this situation because it's just a lack of communication for a guy that you would expect to be a priority going into the offseason about what you're doing with one of the most important positions in football.
Yeah, because the thing is, too, I mean, I don't know, again, I include the 4 of them. Dan Campbell, Decker, the agent, Brad Holmes. Did Dan not call Brad? Because I remember Dan said, great, I'm going to talk to Dan or Brad today. Mm-hmm. Did Dan not do that part? Or did Brad just forget after Dan spoke to him? I don't know who to point the finger to, but I'm pointing all 4 of them. Y'all fucked up. It's nuts. One good piece of news, though. The conversation that Ben Johnson had with Taylor Decker, asked him if he's okay and all that stuff like that, was a little bit of a snaky one. Because, they were trying to communicate something maybe to bring him to Chicago. Taylor Decker says he will not be playing for any NFC North rivals.
A man of honor.
A man of fucking honor. Unlike you, Ben Johnson.
Unlike Ben Johnson.
Fucking hoe ass. Dumbass bitch. Skinny ass. Golem looking ass. Not Golem. What's his name?
Schmiegel.
Precious. Schmiegel looking
guy.
ass.
Golem, Schmiegel, same person.
Same person. Bitch ass. If his agent didn't have the number, how the fuck is he doing his job? Says Aaron Green. Great question. Taylor Decker. Probably have a long-term relationship with your agent. Might want to cut that one off. I'd be kind of disappointed in that guy, too.
Yeah. Yeah. Just.
Sound Kayak. Decker is too old and always injured anyway. I am not stressed about his situation.
All right, well, I hope you love Larry Borum.
I hope you love Larry Borum, brother. I don't care between week 6 to week 17. We're only put 5 games. He graded better than Taylor Decker. On the season, while injured, Taylor Decker graded better as a whole. In every aspect.
So Taylor Decker's not good enough, but we're confident in the guy who was worse. Yeah. Listen, I'm not going to say like...
Sorry, I just hate when people try to shut me.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to say that it's this massive drop-off from what you got out of Taylor Decker last year, but I expected Taylor Decker to be better and next year being more healthy. And I think that what we're losing in this is the leadership that he would have brought to a potential starting tackle the next season that you would have drafted and been able to cultivate. Because now if you draft a guy like we're going to talk about next, or, a Lomo or whoever, having them behind a year of Taylor Decker, I think wouldn't be more beneficial than having Larry Borum next to him. Because if that guy, whoever they draft, can't beat out Larry Borum for the starting spot, you're in trouble.
Just a fan. Easy are using PFF again. No, I just went and grabbed the numbers after I saw a cherry-picked ass. And again, I love everybody who reports on the Detroit Lions. I'm not trying to poo-poo on anybody, but you cherry-pick something like that and put it out there, and people want to fucking use this gospel that Larry Borum's a better tackle, career backup than Taylor Decker. It's just asinine to me, to be honest with you. I hate that. And I thought, too, like, the funniest scenario is, like, because Brad is notoriously, we call him Bargain Bin Brad, really cheap guy, what if he switches numbers to get a discount on his cell phone plan? As a guy that's making millions a year.
Switch to Boost Mobile?
Yeah, to save like $50 a month on the bill. I mean, I don't know. Why are you changing your number?
It's a very cartoony-ass reason for the tenure of the leader of your locker room to leave.
That's the other part of it, too. Like, Dan expounded on that one, too. It's not like you're just missing the player. You're missing the leader in the locker room.
Yep.
it's going to hurt everybody. But it is what it is. It happened, and he will not be playing for the NFC North team. So there is that.
Yeah, at least he's not going to the fucking. If he goes anywhere, I bet it's Houston or somewhere in Florida, somewhere in Texas. If he wants to play a year, he'll go. He'll play a year, and he'll get the income tax free state. Get his fucking $10 million and then retire.
Yeah, I guess the teams are reaching out. He's kind of taking his time because retirement was on the block for him, and in his head he was going to play for the Detroit Lions, and.
Yeah, he's not going to move his family to Texas or something. It would just be him going there for a year.
Yeah, honestly, if I had a bet, I'd bet he probably just retires.
I would too. I would be very surprised if he would want to be completely away from a different state from his family,
Yeah. KB 7060. They didn't want him. What's so hard to understand? Doesn't sound like that's the case, brother.
Not the case.
Sounds like somebody had the wrong fucking number.
Yeah.
I'm not.
Here's what it is. We move on, though. Possible to
nothing you can do about it now. You already signed a guy to replace him. Larry June. Smoothies in 1991. Great song.
Shout out. Nick, what are you about to say?
Nada. I got nothing. I'm broken.
Yeah.
Lions broke me. Michigan picked me up. They will.
All right. We're headed to break.
Go Huskies.
Talking about the Detroit Lions replacement on the left side when we come back. But first, tell us about Mad Pigs.
Mad Packs. Go to getmadpacks.com. Find a store near you carrying the best product in the game. You heard of the High-Lows. You heard of the Boom Shock Lakas. But now they've got their own line of concentrates. The Blue Night Live Rosin is elite. It is really good. It's really clean. It tastes great. And it does the job. But if you're not a fan of the waxes and the keefs and the concentrates, they've got their own flour-only pre-rolls as well. So make sure you go check it out. Go to getmadpacks.com. Mad flavor, mad high, Mad Packs.
No one gives away more cash and prizes than Woodward Sports. You don't believe us? Here's our latest $10,000 winner.
You guys posted, hey, if you guess all this stuff right, we'll give it's $10,000. I'm like, okay, well, why the hell not?
And the winning doesn't stop there. How about our Outkick Your Coverage winner?
How do you think you won? We got Tully, everybody. This guy's got a hot girl.
Bigger prizes, bigger giveaways, cash, merch, tickets, and more. All from the biggest sports network in Detroit. No one does it bigger and better than Woodward Sports. Make sure you're following, liking, subscribing on Instagram, Facebook, X, and YouTube for your chances to share in the winning. From Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports.
I hate to tell you, energy drinks, but you're about to be crushed. Thrive nootropic energy pouches are here to change the game by delivering steady, focused performance in a clean white pouch for a fraction of the cost. And unlike other brands, Thrive comes from an American company that's been leading the way for over 30 years. So stop drinking gut-rot energy drinks and why don't you thrive for a change? It's just better.
That's why they deserve the best sports coverage in the world. We are the Woodward Sports Network.
Fucking huge.
Supreme Lending is Woodward Sports' newest teammate, and it's clear to see why. They are helping you out. For eligible home buyers, you get $500 off your appraisal. Just talk to Chad or Chris. Call them at their numbers. 0% down payment programs are available. Supreme Lending, they have a 97% customer satisfaction and a 99% close on time rate. Chad and Chris are the guys. Check them out. Supreme Lending. Check it out.
Check it out. What up, though, everybody, and welcome back to the Woodward Heavyweights live on Woodward Sports. Make sure you smash that like button and share the stream. We appreciate you. Also, I'm going to put something in the chat. I want you guys to do me a favor and go ahead and subscribe to the Woodward Wings YouTube channel.
Check it out.
We're going to take all of the hockey-focused stuff and all of those good different things that we've been doing, and we're going to focus it on Woodward Wings. So make sure you go over there and give them a follow as well, or give them a subscribe as well. We got a video going up today already. We got a couple more that are going to be going up tonight. So if you're a Red Wings fan, go subscribe to Woodward Wings as well. Easy.
Derek Harp. I don't believe this story. Whoops. If it was something that simple, that would have worked it out. There's definitely more. Well, there's definitely more. There's some money situation there too, but I do think that's the basis of it, how it all started.
Yeah. Labertini with the super chat in there. He says, shout out heavyweights. Just had a big boom that woke me up, so I get to check in. Oh, Jesus.
Jeez, dude.
Well, I hope you're all right.
Labertini, I'm going to hit you up. I have a question about something with all that stuff.
Oh, man.
I'm not going to say it here.
No,
but
that's fair.
Yeah.
DMs are a safe place. Labertini's a cool guy.
If we hit on the likes, I'll say
stay
here.
safe, brother. Stay safe.
Yeah, stay safe.
Dude's living in between war zones.
Yeah, take a
Pretty
vacation.
crazy.
Come home.
Yeah.
For real. Wait it out.
Shout out Jason Moore in the chat. But Easy, you got something here that some people might be mad about. I don't know how you feel about it.
Okay.
I'm fine with it personally. I'm not mad at it at all. I think it's one of the best options that would be available to us there. I think it makes a lot of sense based on who Brad likes, based on who Dan likes, based on the versatility of this specific player, not only to be able to play multiple positions, but to be able to do multiple funky things from multiple different positions. I think he's one of the most versatile players in this draft all around, and we know how much that means to this regime. So why don't you tell the people what we're talking about?
Yeah, so I saw a brief clip, and it looks like from Mina Kimes' podcast, where she had Daniel Jeremiah on. And I don't know the date of this podcast, if it's more recent or if it's old, but he had some interesting comments to make about a certain prospect connected to the Detroit Lions. This Daniel Jeremiah is very much plugged in, former scout himself, working for NFL Network, now part of ESPN. Here's what he had to say.
But
and then you just kick
well, yeah,
Sewell to
they're
left.
basically, that sounds like they're in the process of doing the Sewell thing. So
Yeah, I was told they love Proctor, by the way.
that makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. It makes so much sense. You know, Brad loves Alabama players. Look at his drafts, how many Alabama players that he's taken. You know they love the versatility. And Caden Proctor's ability to play guard, to play right tackle, to catch the ball, to run the ball, to do a lot of different things that he showed the ability to at Alabama makes a lot of sense. And if they draft Caden Proctor at 17, I'll be as happy as a clam because that gives you a good option to solidify your offensive line. And I talked about the best time I've seen this offensive line in my entire life for the Detroit Lions is when it had 3 first-round picks on it. So you got to get back to that. And he's not a left tackle. He might not be a right tackle, but at the very least he's going to be a upper echelon talent starting on your offensive line somewhere.
You can't teach the size, like the absolute mass that Caden Proctor has. I'm fully aware and understanding and seeing myself on the tape. The feet are slow. There are concerns with the tackle position. But why I think this is a safe pick for the Detroit Lions is if he does not work out at the tackle position, there's still a need at guard on the left side opposite of Tate Ratledge. And I just believe even if Larry Borman's a placeholder up until then, or whatever it may be, Penei Sewell on the left side, alongside a rookie at left guard. I think that's the best case scenario if he ends up playing guard.
Yeah.
That's going to make you one of the best run-blocking teams in the National Football League. And when is Jared Goff his best? As he's able to pull us back to the defense in that play-action scheme. His entire career. He's with the best play-action quarterback in the National Football League.
Yep.
When he was with the Rams, with Detroit, Ben Johnson. I think we'll see it again this year with Petzing. Run the ball with a guy like Jahmyr Gibbs, having it opened up with Caden Proctor and Penei Sewell on the left side alone.
Yeah.
That's fucking insane.
To have a tight end screen or a screen to Jahmyr Gibbs or Easy's favorite, a screen to Jameson Williams with Caden Proctor and Caden Proctor and Penei Sewell with their athletic ability and their fluid, running ability in front, getting downhill and blocking guys. Like, you guys know how scared people are of Penei Sewell when he's in the open field, when he gets moving, when he gets downhill. The fear in the eyes of those cornerbacks and safeties and linebackers that are trying to make plays. That was Caden Proctor for Alabama. It was the same exact thing. They utilized him that same way, getting him out in space, getting him downhill, lead blocking, even throwing him the ball or handing him off the ball or giving him shotgun snaps at quarterback. Like, the guy is an athlete. He moves very well. He is very comfortable in open space. And for a modern style offense that has a lot of those releases for linemen and different things like that, he would be an asset. And I would be very, very happy with him.
A couple years ago, Cooper DeJean was a prospect. A lot of people looked at him as an outside corner. And I told you, I don't think he's an outside corner. I think he's probably more of a nickel, more of a safety. But he'll be all pro at that spot.
Yeah.
That's how I kind of feel about Caden Proctor. I don't know. I truly, my personal opinion, I don't think he's a tackle.
No, I don't think so either.
I don't think that the foot speed is there. I think that the sheer pass and our mass and power, all that is there. Everything outside of the foot speed, make him lose a little bit of weight to become that. I don't think he's a tackle, though, at the NFL level. I just don't. As a guard, though, you're looking at I believe,
elite
the
level
version of Mekhi Becton you saw with Philly 2 years ago.
I would say even better.
Like I think, and mind you, too, there's still hope that he can be a tackle in the National Football League. There's still hope that he become even. He's only 20 years old. I saw someone reply to my tweet about that. I shared the video, and they're like, he got worked 2 years ago by Josiah Smith and the kid coming out of Michigan. I was like, he was 18 years old 2 years ago. He's only 20 years old. Caden Proctor's young as shit, but I think he could truly be an all-pro at the guard position, especially between Penei Sewell and Cade Mays.
Yeah, I think so too. And if you're telling me you get an all-pro offensive lineman, I don't care where he's playing.
That's kind of where I'm at too. Someone else said too, like, so you're telling me you want your fifth best tackle prospect at pick 17?
I would take that second best guard in the draft at 17.
Yep, and that's the reality when you're picking at 17. You're not going to get the best tackle prospect at pick 17.
No.
Unless there's 15 quarterbacks.
You're not going to get the top 3 tackle prospect at 17.
You know, I just that's my opinion on it. I get it. I get everyone's concern. I just told you myself I don't think he's a tackle, but I think he'd be an all-pro at the guard spot, especially next to Penei Sewell.
Yeah, I agree 100%.
And his strength is in the run game, which I believe that's the strength
where
of Jared
you
Goff.
need to be strong at. And creativity in the run game is so important in this league of confusing the defense and doing things like pulling linemen, trapping, getting them out in space is so important for springing these back. Because a guy like Jahmyr Gibbs just needs a little seam, and he can take it to the house. And if you're telling me I have a offensive lineman who is just as, if not more athletic than Penei Sewell at guard right next to him, I like that a lot.
Chris Morgan, Woodward Sports is just as dumb as Lions front office and the coaches.
We appreciate you, bro.
That's a fucking, I'll take
That's
that.
a huge compliment.
How many all-pros? We got 7 of them things?
And thank you for driving our content. You know, we wouldn't be able to do it without fans like that.
If I'm just as good as Brad Holmes, I'll take that all day.
Take it
The
in a heartbeat.
Detroit Lions select
Top 10 GM in the National Football League. Nick, what is your take on Caden Proctor at pick 17? The Lions loving him.
I'm in. This doesn't feel like a sense where they're getting too cute.
No.
And that is the only thing I care about in this draft. You better go and attack that offensive line because this team will never win a Super Bowl if their offensive line is bad in front of Jared Goff. If their offensive line is decent in front of Jared Goff. This offensive line needs to be elite, top 5 talented offensive lines in front of Jared Goff, and I believe this team can win a Super Bowl. You saw how bad this defense was, and we still should have beaten the San Francisco 49ers in that NFC Championship game. If we have an elite offense with an elite offensive line and the weapons around it, this team can win a Super Bowl with some opportunistic turnovers, as we saw with Kirby and Brian Branch healthy. Hutch on the line, even if you don't get the other one. I believe that is the recipe that we need to get back to. And to do so, you got to get the offensive line in order. It's not right now.
Yeah.
Especially without Taylor Decker. I'm still a question mark at left guard in my eyes.
You should be. I mean,
So-
I like Christian Mahogany. I can't guarantee he's going to be the starter next year.
I
think it's a question
don't
mark.
want either of those guys starting.
And to be honest with you, too, Spinny,
They're
beyond
6th-round
that,
picks for a reason.
Yes.
where we got destroyed last year,
Interior.
even with a banged up, yes, the interior offensive line. Even with a banged up Taylor Decker, it was interior offensive line that we got fucking shit on. Go look at Jared Goff in that second. Go look at them both Vikings games. He got beat by Max Brommer. Max Brommer threw for what, 75 yards or some shit like
Yeah.
that, and they beat us because we couldn't protect Jared Goff in the interior. I'm completely fine with that. I think I saw the guy up north. He said he would rather take a Pro Bowl tight end than the 5th best tackle. I wouldn't look at it as the 5th best tackle. I would look at it as the 2nd best guard, if not the best guard.
I agree.
And that's what I would take from that point. Because I don't know that Sadiq is going to be an elite tight end.
I saw somebody say, is this the Booner path? This is my path, if you want to call it that. This offensive line needs to get elite. It's any path. Heavyweight path. Get the heavies right.
Jagged as shit.
Get the heavyweight path right. I'm going to write it out for you. Yes, that's what they need to do. Everybody knows that. I'm not breaking any news here, but I just have to illustrate it sometimes because this team is elite. Still, when this offensive line is rolling, you go into Philly where you only put up 3 points early last year, but you go into those games and dominate on the road. Like, you can take out a whole entire fan base if you're just able to run the ball consistently, like we were able to do. Not last year, though.
Well, we were never a guy like Jahmyr Gibbs, who's taken over games. We've seen it multiple times. He won you the Giants game last year.
A guy like Pacheco can have a little bit of a resurgence if this offensive line is giving him a push that he needs. Like, I just think that this team obviously goes with this offensive line. Do we have some of this, like, this elite athletic quarterback? No. Do we have a quarterback that can look elite when you have a really good offensive line in front of him? Yes, we do.
And
that's a fact.
You guys know my philosophy is I would not draft a trench player that didn't go to a Big Ten or SEC school. So if you're getting a lineman from Alabama, you will never hear me complain once.
You guys know my philosophy. Ashes to ashes, dust to dust.
Pussy ain't pizza, so don't eat the crust.
No, I'm kidding.
Allegedly on Roblox.
Allegedly on Roblox. There was one other point I wanted to make, and honestly, completely just went over my head. I don't even remember it right now. So
well, that's fine because we're gonna go to break. We're gonna come back. Tyleek was on TikTok Live with porn stars earlier.
Is that what she was?
I don't know. She might as well. She's probably OnlyFans. Might as well be a porn star. Same thing. Who's not a porn star these days?
Yeah.
This
fair.
Yeah, he was being horny on TikTok. Nothing too crazy.
Have you ever been swallowed
Just chatting
up?
with some Moira Mills types. We got a freak in the middle. Christian Wilkins 2.0. But let me tell you about Sam Adams. Sam Adams cherry wheat. It's delicious. Listen, they're going to be at Art and Jake's tonight. I know they're going to be putting back Sam Adams cherry wheat because it's brewed with real Michigan cherries. Like, support Michigan. Support Sam Adams cherry wheat. It's delicious. It's a great beer. It's perfect for this meh weather to where it's like, it's not that hot, not that cold. You want a full-bodied beer? Get yourself some Sam Adams cherry wheat. Please drink responsibly.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids, all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today. Big injuries, big news. Twice a week, Dr. Jeff Pierce from Michigan Sports and Spine joins Woodward Sports Network for the Injury Insider Report. Big D Energy Tuesdays at noon. Braylon Edwards and Shaq Thursdays at 3:30. Get expert analysis and in-depth breakdowns on the latest sports injuries from the man trusted by top athletes in the community, like D-Mac. Whether it's the Lions, Pistons, Tigers, or Red Wings, Dr. Pierce talks us through it all. Don't miss the Injury Insider Report with Dr. Jeff Pierce, your go-to source for understanding the impact of injuries on the games and players we love. Only on Woodward Sports Network. Scan the QR code on the screen or go to MichiganSportsandSpine.com to see if Dr. Jeff Pierce can help you. A ton of fun, a ton of sports, and a ton of man-meat. Welcome to the Woodward Heavyweights, live daily 5 to 7 p.m. on Woodward Sports.
Jungle Juice is doing it big. The 2-gram XL clog-free and rechargeable vape is here. Make sure you get it at a Jars dispensary near you. There's over 250 different locations that carry it. Jungle Juice, 2-gram XL, 12 different strains. Dial it in with Jungle Juice. Dial it in.
Dial it in.
Millions.
The best vapes.
The best vapes. Shout out to Chris Morgan's mom.
Shout out to Arby's as well, in an unrelated note.
Related note.
Related note.
I know the question I was going to ask, by the way, while I went to break. Do you believe that rumor that Caden Proctor is The Lions love him because
Yes, I wholeheartedly believe that's exactly the type of player they would like.
And maybe they look at him as a guard as well too. I would love him as a guard as well. But like just the I don't. Is he a Dan Campbell guy?
Yes.
He's kind of overweight.
The athleticism. I mean,
I'm allowed to say it actually.
That's true. That's true. But they lost the weight when he needed to. They said everybody's like he's at a perfect weight for him. Right? He does not look fucking 370 or whatever the hell he is.
Kind of does.
I don't know. He looks pretty big.
He's a big motherfucker.
Pretty thick, but not like sloppy at the combine. He was still putting on a freaking show.
His vertical
as an
was like
athlete.
39 inches or some shit like that. I think the most for like a 300. Yeah, that's insane.
I think he's absolutely the type of player that Brad Holmes would fall in love with. And I'm not mad at him for it. He's a freak athlete, tremendous upside, very verstal, can do a lot of different things. And he was really good at It's not like he was a bum. He was very good at Alabama. So
yeah. I don't know if I see it.
I mean, they drafted Broderick Martin, so they can't be too worried about overweight players.
That is fair. Not in the first round, but that's yeah. Lee McNeil, they had put on a diet plan too.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe they say, and he's only 20 years old.
Yeah, he's a young kid.
It's not like he's like...
That's crazy. He's only 20.
That is fucking nuts to me.
So what, did he enroll at Alabama at 17?
Had to have.
Like an early enroll or something?
And the tape you were playing of him playing Michigan, I don't know if it was 1 year ago or 2 years ago, but like he had to be like 18, 19.
Yeah.
People were trying to shit on him for. I'm like, dude, he was fucking 19 years old.
Yeah. Going up against fucking...
In a playoff game.
Yeah.
Like, that's nuts. 20 years old, there's a lot to be molded out of that fat
as
slab.
soon as he gets to wherever he goes, whether it be Detroit or not, he's not going to be eating fast food every day like, college kids do.
Facts.
And he's going to be on a nutrition plan with
a chef.
With a chef provided by the team, I'm sure.
All right, speaking of big bodies doing work.
Shout out Warren Sapp. He stole Easy's laptop.
He did steal my laptop. Allegedly.
On Roblox.
And he almost killed
somebody. Fuck some kid up.
Yeah, poor kid.
That kid's
No,
dad.
Know who you're dealing with.
Dad.
Yeah.
The dad was like, son, please. This young kid starts to shit with Warren Sapp. Warren Sapp was going to fucking knock his head off his fucking shoulders. That was nuts.
That's not the guy I'd be picking a fight
Not
with.
the guy at all, dude. Another big body doing work, though. Dexter Lawrence requesting a trade from the New York Giants. I don't know if it happened. Obviously, yes. I would take Dexter Lawrence. Is a possibility of reality for the Detroit Lions?
I think it is. I think it should be. And I think if people are poo-pooing it right away, it's because they're conditioned to expect less, and they're conditioned for the team to not do good moves. Like, it's...
How crazy we met Warren Sapp. That's kind of nuts.
It is pretty cool.
Had a couple drinks.
Yeah, we were chilling with Warren Sapp.
That's nuts.
It's very, I would say, reasonable for them to be able to do it with what Aleem McNeil makes more than Dexter Lawrence does in the next 2 years. So if you could add Aleem McNeil to that situation and throw a bunch of, picks at it, you could very easily swap that salary and actually get some cap relief if you were trading for Dexter Lawrence. So there is 1,000% an avenue for the Lions to do this, but will they is the difference. And I don't think they will. I don't think they will. That's the only thing. No, it's not going to happen.
Chris Morgan. The only position you guys know about is the line. You don't know anything about skilled positions. Your mom taught me a lot about skilled positions, brother.
Your mom's very skilled. Your mom's very skilled in multiple different positions.
The downward dog is her favorite.
Yeah.
Pro all day.
Got to be.
Part of the Dexter Lawrence trade breakdown, the way it ended up happening, I guess, is over the last 2 off seasons, he wanted to restructure his deal. I'm assuming that means he wanted more money. That's the only part where I'm looking at bargain bin Brad, where it might not happen unless Aleem McNeil and his contract or someone's contract was traded in exchange. But yeah, if you want to,
it would have to be Aleem.
If you want to up this ante, it'd have to be Aleem.
It would have to be Aleem McNeil
or Kirby.
But
they do not want Aleem. We're not doing this again.
Well, it'd be Aleem McNeil, a first-round pick and a second-round pick. You would have to get rid of Aleem to acquire Dexter Lawrence.
All right.
And
make sure we're on the same page as Aleem not being the
it's like he's Jared Goff in the Stafford trade. It's like, take him.
Okay. Got it.
So
that's bad.
That's how it would happen. Is it would obviously make the price go up, but I think it would be super worth it because we talked about it on BDE, and somebody was like, well, what if Aleem comes back to form and he's the Aleem of old? The Aleem of old isn't as good as Dexter Lawrence. So even if he got back to what he was, he still wouldn't be as good. Dexter Lawrence is a top 2 defensive tackle in the league. Yeah, I think I would do it, obviously, but they're not going to.
Yeah, I'm with you. Not going to happen.
Yeah, I don't want to get my hopes up here like Homeboy's mom. You know,
hoping for that call back.
She gets more than my hopes up, brother.
Yeah, keep the clock up, baby.
She's got to pay for her own Uber, though.
I'm open. I'm always fucking open.
She actually sued Uber because they wouldn't pick her up.
Yeah, she's too fat.
And
stupid.
Shout out that one rapper that beat the Lyft case.
Yeah, don't remember her name.
He says, man, mama jokes
still
are played
alive?
out just like your mom.
Oh! Got him.
After seeing your Big D explode.
Nick, I think Lee McNeil's can come back to life this year.
I do too.
I really do.
I certainly hope so, but until he does, this is where his stock is at. Nobody's buying right now. And if you're selling him, you're selling him at the lowest point right now and trading him right now of where he is at in terms of stock. It is very low right now. And I wouldn't, trade an asset that's right now at its lowest point. I do want to see him come back and come back healthy and be a productive player on this defense, which I do still believe he can be. Just as of this moment right now, that stock is low.
Stock is low. It's the lowest it's ever been.
Kirby was out and about for opening day. Some good. I'm taking all that as good signs, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
They're not. Oh, Vontae Maddox back to the Detroit Lions, by the way, too.
That was, cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
I think we're good to go, honestly.
Yeah, your secondary is.
They fucking attack that nickel/safety position.
Yeah.
Heavy.
As they need to, because they don't know who's going to be healthy when.
Yeah.
So you need the reinforcements. And that was one thing that I was happy with about the offseason was the way they addressed the secondary. I knew they weren't going to get some playmaker or some big name because they already have so much invested into it. But I think much like last year, they added good depth and they covered their bases for inevitably when all 4 of the starters go down.
Who got the good depth? I got the good depth.
I got that good depth. I got that good depth. Yeah, I like Avonte Maddox. I think he played well when they needed him to. And hopefully this means that Rock Ya-Sin is going to be your starting outside corner next year.
That would be lit. All right, let's go to break. Come back. You still get your Red Wing stuff in?
Yeah.
All right, and we got Around the Diamond as well, too. Listen.
We got to talk about the Pistons, dude. Sorry, Nick. Fuck Around the Diamond. We got to talk about the Pistons. They're
Tapping Thursday after the show.
There we go. We'll do Around the Diamond tomorrow.
Tigers Live Thursday.
We got to talk about the number 1 seed in the East. The Detroit Pistons. After we cry about the Red Wings for a little bit. Tell us about BlackRock.
Mark your calendars for Friday, April 17th. The heavyweights are headed to the Sioux for another food review at the Black Rock Bar and Grill inside the Keewatin Casino in Sault Ste. Marie. I got to get a story why it's pronounced Sioux. It's spelled SAULTSTE. No clue. Want to learn about that one. Get there early because Red Wings legend Darren McCarty is kicking things off with a meet and greet at 4 p.m. Come hang out with the crew, talk some sports, and experience Black Rock's famous steak sizzling on a 755-degree volcanic rock. Head up there at the Black Rock Bar and Grill inside Keewatin Casino in Sault Ste. Marie, and we'll see you there. It's not just a meal, an experience. Check them out, blackrockrestaurants.com.
Get ready for the ultimate sports experience. Join former University of Michigan star and NFL sensation Braylon Edwards alongside the charismatic Shep.
Braylon Edwards, touchdown Michigan!
As they break down the latest in sports like never before. Tune into the Braylon Edwards Show with Shep.
Touchdown, Braylon Edwards!
Weekdays from 2 to 4 p.m. only on the Woodward Sports Network. Don't miss out on hot topics, insider insights, and the banter that keeps you coming back for more.
Find your sun with Sun Cruiser Vodka Iced Tea. Made with real iced tea and real vodka. Cold, refreshing, and made for moments like these all year long. Let the good times cruise with Sun Cruiser.
We don't like to brag that we are the toughest sports network in Detroit, but we do have a guy named Darren McCarty on our side. Woodward Sports.
Best drink in the game out right now. It's Sun Cruiser Vodka Iced Tea. I'm going to be drinking it tonight. I'm drunk right now. No, I'm just kidding. You guys know what it is. It's Sun Cruiser. It's our favorite drink here at Woodward Sports. We love it here too, and you're going to love it too. Woodward Sports and Sun Cruiser are paired for all of Detroit sports and college sports as well. So as we gear up for the national championship game tonight, there's only one drink we're going to at Art and Jake's, and it's Sun Cruiser. It's going to be a lot of fun tonight. Make sure you guys go out to the bar, try one, so next time you go to the store, you can go pick up a case for yourself. It's Sun Cruiser Vodka Iced Tea, 4.5% alcohol, low in calories. Make sure you guys check it out.
Check it out.
Spinny keeps singing Christmas music during the breaks.
Definitely you.
Can I say something quick about Sun Cruiser
No.
too?
Yeah, said about it.
It came in so clutch because opening day, I get up at 8. I'm getting ready to go downtown. I look and see what do I have to drink to start pre-gaming. Because I'm being responsible. I'm Ubering, by the way.
Yep.
I have no seltzers, no beer. All I have is liquor. I'm like, woof. This is going to be a day.
Yeah.
So I start ripping whiskey at 8 in the morning.
Right.
I get down there. I'm lit. I'm having a good time in the city. I come back. I leave the city around 2. I get back. I take a little nap for an hour. I'm ready to go again. And I'm like, you know what? I need something that's gonna keep me drunk, but not do too much, not upset the stomach after all that liquor.
Bang.
I come in with the 12-pack of Sun Cruiser. I was rolling that night.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Sun Cruiser early.
It's a great part 2 to your drinking day too, if it's not your part 1.
Yeah.
Best drink in the game out right now. Sun Cruiser.
I'm drunk right now.
I am drunk right now.
So, yeah, we got to do this because the Detroit Red Wings.
Pour Sun Cruiser out for the Red Wings.
I'll pour some Sun Cruiser out for the Red Wings because over the weekend they just had 2 absolutely pitiful performances. The first one, inexcusable, against the worst team in the East, in the New York Rangers, back against the wall, life on the line, and you get blown out by the Rangers, which is just absolutely unacceptable.
Started 6 rookies.
Starting 6 rookies.
They're playing.
Obviously tanking, and you just can't do anything against them. And then against the Wild, not a game I expected you to win because the Minnesota Wild are a very, very good team. But
why are they a good team?
Well, they have a lot of star power, and they traded for Quinn Hughes.
Boom.
And they've got 2 40-goal scorers. They have about 4 people that would be the best player on your team. You go out there and you just absolutely shit your pants for the first 40 minutes of the game, try to mount a comeback, and then Patrick Kane just does the most boneheaded play I've ever seen in my entire life to allow the Minnesota Wild to have their 4th-ranked power play and get the game winner. But this team has a serious, serious problem. It is the mental fortitude. It is this complete lack of want, complete lack of try. They've been the worst team in the first period all year, and that is just them coming out soft, coming out slow, and expecting things to happen for them. This is not a team that will go make something happen. This is a team that expects everything to happen for them. I don't know if it's Steve Yzerman, because when Steve Yzerman drafts these guys, he doesn't expect them to all be pussies. I don't know if it's Todd McClellan, because Todd McClellan has gone out there in front of the media multiple times, called these guys bitches, and they're still playing like bitches. So that's where I look.
And he's not the only coach to do so.
No, it's been multiple different coaches now doing that. And so that's where I look at the players not wanting it. And I think it's something deeply rooted into the Red Wings organization, because you look at the players that leave this team, whether it's Tyler Bertuzzi, whether it's Filip Hronek, whether it's Anthony Mantha, a 30-goal scorer this year, whether it's Elmer Soderblom going to Pittsburgh, scoring a goal every other game and getting into fights, whether it's Jeff Petrie looking like a better defender than half of your team in a game the other day. There is something that is poisoning the roots of the Red Wings organization, and their team is not allowed to blossom, because you see, even your guys, when they are away from the organization, Lucas Raymond looked like the best player for Team Sweden in the Olympics. Dylan Larkin, a pinnacle X factor for Team USA, winning the gold medal. You had Marco Kasper looking elite for Austria in the offseason and then shitting the bed once he gets back to this team. There is something going on in Little Caesars Arena that turns these players into pumpkins every fucking night. And it's embarrassing to watch. Because it's not the skill. You have skill. You have talent. Like I said, when these guys get around other players that are just as good or better, they don't look out of place. But when they put on the winged wheel, they turn into these entitled soft bitches that think they are owed something, that think because they play for the Red Wings, everybody's going to roll over for them and let them in the playoffs. It's embarrassing to watch them go out there and compete every night.
That's a part of them starting out the games, going down big, and then coming back. It's not a comeback because they're fighting back in the game. They're coming back because teams are playing the game differently. They're trying to protect the lead rather than attacking the Detroit Red Wings defense. I don't know. There's not much more to say other than what you said, Spinny. It's been piss poor. It's gross to watch. It's not even like hard. It's nasty. We know, I can't even say because you guys know who I'm talking about, but even Darren McCarry at some points is getting disgusted.
He's openly disgusted.
Okay, as long as he's open about it, then
yeah.
D-Mac is grossed out. And I'll tell you, I'll put you this way. D-Mac in the chat, he'll say a joke here and there. 2 weeks ago, or I think it was last Friday or Thursday, was it the Flyers game?
Yeah.
D-Mac had multiple things to say about that one.
Mm-hmm. And Lambertini in there says, Jeebus, what's up with the Wings? Like I said, they're just soft. And they don't have the upper echelon talent to take them to the next level or to rely on. They need every single player on every single line playing breakneck winning hockey to play like a Carolina. Like the roster you have is a playoff level roster. You're just playing like bitches. They're not they're not shooting the puck. They're not crashing the net. They're not getting into the corners winning puck battles. They're not getting pucks deep. They're expecting people to just let them in the zone. They like the play fucking hockey moniker is so true. They didn't play hockey until the third period against the Minnesota fucking Wild. You think they're just going to give you that game? It's embarrassing. It really is.
And again, I don't even think they were getting the better of Minnesota. Minnesota just had the lead.
Yeah.
And they're chilling. And then you tied up, and then Patrick Kane does what the fuck what was that?
That was the dumbest move I've ever seen in my life. Patrick Kane better than that. No excuses. But I will say just this on the Minnesota front, just looking at just a few things in terms of like comparison, because obviously they went out, traded, made the big move.
Yeah.
They were able to bring in Quinn Hughes. But, you know, a guy that they drafted and developed in 2020 was Brock Faber.
Yep.
Where was he picked? 45. Guess who was 32? Where's William Wallander at for the Detroit Red Wings?
Grand Rapids still.
Grand Rapids still. Oh, shit. Oh, 2021 draft. You want to go to Kosa at 15. First goalie off the board.
Yep.
How much better would Wallstead be with his .267 goals against average compared to Talbot? You think that could have picked you up maybe a few extra points this year, Spenmo?
I think Kosa would have picked you up a few extra more points this year instead of Talbot.
At this point, like, what is the excuse for him not to be playing? And then you want to just put the cherry on top with that pick in 2021. It's been said before, but it's one of these moves that will go down as one of the worst ones in the history of Detroit. Kosa was picked at 15. Wyatt Johnston, with the pick that we traded up at 23, has 80 points and 41 goals for the Dallas Stars. With the pick that you traded up.
Mm-hmm.
It's time and time again, they miss out on the high-end talent that you need. And even like a Brock Faber, like, dude, you went defenseman, you just picked the wrong one.
Yeah. And all these guys got, like, these guys on your roster, the JT Compers, the Andrew Kopps, the James Van Riemsdyks, the David Perrons, the Mason Appletons, the Michael Rasmussen, none of those guys should be back with this team next year, and you should bring up all the kids. All of them. Every single one of them. Kosa, Mazur, Nygaard, Finney, Danielson, all of those kids should be playing all season next year for the Red Wings because it's all you got now. And the next time a big-name free agent becomes available or a big-name requests a trade, you cannot hesitate to pull the trigger. I love Simon Edvinsson. See you later, bud. Give me Quinn Hughes. You cannot allow upper echelon talent to slip through your fingers in the trade market, especially ones that wanted to be here.
Yep.
Because The young guys are going to get better eventually. Simon Edvinson will never be better than Quinn Hughes in his entire career. I can say that pretty comfortably.
Yeah.
And I love, you guys know I love Simon Edvinson.
Yeah. He's one of
Quinn
the guys
Hughes
playing
is
with
the
heart.
best defenseman not named Cale Makar in the NHL. You think Simon's going to be that?
And the thing is, too, like, the whole reason why he didn't trade for him, allegedly, is because he couldn't get the commitment.
Couldn't commit on the extension.
And I talked a little bit further with Max. He says that they wouldn't even allow him to have the conversation about an extension. It just wasn't allowed.
Yeah.
But the fact that he wanted to come to Detroit, the fact that he played Michigan hockey, the fact that he's tight with Dylan Larkin, I think you were getting that extension. I just don't think that's an excuse for a guy that wants to come here. You're going to get that extension.
It's absolutely no excuse in the fucking book.
Yeah.
He should have been a Detroit Red Wing.
Yeah.
100%, 1,000 times over. And I'll say this, two guys that are absolute no-shows right now with no heart was all about the Stevie Y draft process. What did it seem, boys? Every year, we're taking a Swede. What has been like the talk about Swede? They're soft. You got Lucas Raymond, talented as all hell in the world. You know, you see him on the main stage in the Olympics being a dog. What's he bringing to Detroit? Nothing. He has no heart for the city of Detroit. You see Simon Edvinson out there throwing that body around, getting any big-time fights, backing up his teammates. Like, those are the two guys you put your cards in terms of, and I don't want to just call all Swedes soft, but you're seeing that they don't have heart right now for the city of Detroit because they're choking once again.
They don't. They don't want to play for the team. They don't want to play for their teammates. It's embarrassing. It's really embarrassing because it's want. Beating the Rangers, you have to want to beat that team. They're ass. But no team in the NHL is just going to give you a victory.
5 rookies, dude.
Yeah.
5 rookies playing on a team that's out of it.
How many defensemen were out for Ottawa when we played them?
4.
Boston, too. Ottawa is one thing.
It's just an absolute shit show. There's no excuse for this effing team. And it's once again, we're not going to be in the playoffs.
And if you told me any route for the Red Wings to take, fire Eisman, fire McClellan, trade whoever, yeah, they probably should. Because right now, what they have is not working. It's not even a good team or a good product.
Even in the playoff race right now, our point differential is negative. You know, just because the East is so goddamn tight. We've got a few OTs to help us go that way.
And you've got 2 games coming up against Philly
Tuesday
and against Columbus. And if you don't get 4 points in regulation, you're not making the playoffs.
Sucks.
Well, what doesn't suck? The Pistons.
Pistons don't suck.
First in the East.
We'll be coming back with the Pistons, and on a high note, the best team in the city.
I know.
And a team that actually cares. A team that's going to go out there and actually play hard for the fans, for their teammates, and for the organization, unlike the Detroit Red Wings.
I'll be down there Wednesday.
Don't go to Red Wings games. Go to Pistons games. They deserve it way more.
Yeah.
The Red Wings don't deserve you there. They don't play for you. They play for golf in the summer.
What was Confer after the game saying it is what it is?
Yeah. It is what it is, buddy. Get the fuck out of my city.
Said a word, Spenny. I'll make it happen. We did it with CJ. We did it with Trinity. Let me know.
What do we got here, boys?
Ben Johnson.
Corporations, the government, even your insurance company will do whatever it takes to minimize their liability and withhold your compensation. So when something goes wrong, make Ben Johnson your first call and get a fighter in your corner. Contact Ben today at benfights.com.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids, all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
Why do we fight? We fight to protect the innocent, to hold the powerful accountable, to bring the oppressors to justice. Why do we fight? We fight to secure and preserve our civil liberties, to get each and every one of our clients the justice they deserve, and to make the lives of real people just like you whole again. thenfights.com.
A ton of fun, a ton of sports, and a ton of man-meat. Welcome to the Woodward Heavyweights, live daily 5 to 7 p.m. on Woodward Sports.
Attention sports fans, don't miss out on expert sports injury insights with Dr. Jeff Pierce of Michigan Sports and Spine. Join him every Tuesday on Big D Energy and Thursdays on the Braylon Edwards Show with Shep, where he offers top-notch injury advice. Trust the guy that DMAC trusts, Dr. Jeff Pierce, here to keep you in the game performing at your best. For more information, give him a call, 248-426-9944, or visit him at michigansportsandspine.com.
The Detroit Pistons, in the absence of Cade Cunningham, have locked up the number 1 seed in the Eastern Conference. What the fuck? I don't know. This shit's nuts, man.
Shout out to JB Bickerstaff, who is
head coach of the year.
He's coach of the year. If he doesn't win coach of the year, it'll be the biggest robbery of any award ever. Shout out to the bench mob. Shout out to Danis. Shout out to Paul Reed. Shout out to Jalen fucking Duren, who should be all NBA.
Yeah.
The Pistons, man, it's so awesome. Just 3 years ago they won 14 games, and now they're the best team in the Eastern Conference. It's awesome.
2 seasons ago.
2 seasons ago.
2 seasons ago, less than 3 calendar years. This Piston team, man. I mean, this transformation is just something I never once thought was possible. Even when I liked all of these prospects, even when I thought that, okay, these guys have talent, but I never thought that this turnaround was coming. I never thought that it could happen this fast either. And here we are, number 1 in the East. I'll show you again, because now look, the situation is we got 4 games this week, and not a damn one matters because we've clinched. We got 4 games this week. None of them matters. But what does matter is the NBA seeding for the playoffs in the Eastern Conference is tight. You look at that. You got Detroit 1, Boston 2. You got New York at 3, only 1 game ahead of Cleveland. And then you jump to that play-in spot. You got Philly, Toronto, Charlotte, all kind of fighting right in that same range there of a half a game. Orlando, Miami also not out of it entirely to jump out of the play-in. So it's a very, very interesting playoff race implication for the Eastern Conference this week. And now Detroit, all they have to do is see who they are playing. They gave the night off to Tobias. They gave the night off to Karras. They gave the night off to Cade, who was upgraded to doubtful, meaning that he is very close. And I think that if this game mattered, he might have even played today. So this Piston team is just sitting back watching, and you guys know what I said last week. That path for me to the Eastern Conference Finals, if you want to just have that smooth sailing, easy, put the car on cruise control and ride, get Toronto at the 8th seed. Get Toronto's 8th seed. New York falls to 4, and you're cruising to the conference finals. You're absolutely cruising to the conference finals. So right now, New York and Cleveland play today. Cleveland plays Memphis. New York plays Atlanta, who, if you saw in that graphic, is winners of 4 straight. If they win right now, if Cleveland if Cleveland wins tonight and New York loses, then you are looking at a tie for the 3 seed. And then Cleveland has an easier schedule the rest of the way, playing Washington, as well as New York, who plays all 3 of their remaining games after this are playoff teams. So Cleveland could jump to that 3 seed. And if that's the case, you don't have to see Cleveland or Boston until the conference finals.
That would be best case scenario.
For sure. I'm about to say something I don't even remember now, to be honest with you.
Do you think they want to jump?
Yes, I think they would want to see Cleveland. They would want to see New York.
Yeah.
Or do you think Cleveland wants to jump?
Do you think Cleveland wants to jump to then play the Celtics, right?
They probably don't, but they probably don't want Atlanta in the first round. Atlanta looks like a damn good team right now. They're playing very, very well right now. And I honestly give them a chance in either Cleveland or New York to win. I wouldn't give them a large chance, but I would give them an upset fighter's chance in that series.
By the way, real quick too, Cade Cunningham updated a doubtful, expected to be back before the playoffs. Get some minutes. Hopefully it's run down there Wednesday.
100p.
100p.
But easy. Let me ask you this: Who would you like to thank most, or who do you want to give that credit to when you talk about this turnaround and how good this season has been?
JB. K2, but JB.
JB, for sure.
Duran has been insane, and obviously he'd be part of that. But JB is part of Duran's turnaround.
Yeah.
When Duran sat down with Slam Magazine, I took so much away from the very first name him saying out of his mouth was JB contacting him before the season was over and saying, hey, in 2 weeks, let's meet back up and get you in the gym.
Interesting. He communicated with somebody.
He did. Yeah, he had the right number.
He had the right number.
He had the right number.
I'm going to give the first one to Tom Gores real quick, Spenny.
Yeah.
Tom Gores for getting Monty Williams out here to get JB in
That's fair,
here,
too.
putting, Trajan in charge to do that. Tom Gores had to write that check. Takes a lot of guts to do that.
Fucking shout out JB Bickerstaff, man.
Yeah, JB Bickerstaff deserves the most credit out of anybody, any singular person.
He fucking loves and respects his franchise, too.
Yeah, and like Asar Thompson, Eastern Conference Player of the Month, or Defensive Player of the Month every month. Stu got it a couple times. JD getting Player of the Month awards. Cade Cunningham, an MVP contender before he was injured. Like he
JD gonna be All NBA?
He's
Yes.
absolutely.
That's crazy, man.
He might even be second, or he might even end up being. I mean, you're assuming everybody's going to meet their eligibility, but Wemby and Jokic are so close to the eligibility line that they could actually fall out if they miss a game or two here this coming week. Like Luka just fell out with his injury.
Wemby's going to play all the games he needs to. He's going to win MVP.
I hope so. I hope so for your sake.
That would be. I need it.
Shout out to Mama Jan. It was good seeing you opening day as well.
Shout out Mama Jan. Always good to see her. Well, that'll do it for us today. Make sure you guys tap in later for the watch party for the national championship game, Michigan versus UConn, live at Art and Jake's in Shelby Township. For Easy, for Nick, for Chris, I am Spencer. We're the heavyweights, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.